The opioid crisis has touched almost every part of our lives, and tonight we're learning that it's now impacting those who deal with afterlife care. Just recently, word was sent out to some funeral homes across the country that they need to be on alert. In an ABC 12 investigation, we take a closer look at the new challenges those who are considered to be the last responders are facing with the opioid epidemic.
It's a little scary, to be honest with you.
For over 3 decades, Allen Funeral Home in Davison has been a place to turn for comfort in a time of grief. And with the opioid crisis continuing to take hold on so many around mid-Michigan, funeral director Eric Allen says he's had to comfort far too many families as of late.
When I started in this business 20 years ago, that we would maybe see 1 or 2 a year, and now it's several cases throughout the month that we see. So there's definitely been an uptick in the amount of deaths that have occurred from this problem.
According to the USDA in mid-Michigan, the opioid epidemic has claimed the lives of hundreds between 2012 and 2016. The most in Genesee County at 280 lives. The crisis claimed 55 lives in Bay County, 36 in Saginaw County, and 21 in Midland County. The rise in numbers also raises concern for funeral homes, which are considered to be the last responders to the opioid epidemic. They are usually the last ones to deal with families and handle the remains of those who have succumbed to the drugs.
We're human too, and you put yourselves in their shoes, and it's a different line of thinking, but that's what this drug problem does.
Now those last responders have to worry about the possibility of coming into contact with the compound. Just recently, the National Funeral Directors Association sent out recommendations to funeral homes that they have anti-opioid drugs on hand. Stephen Kemp is with the NFDA.
To have naloxone available, we're going to have to do that like we do defibrillators these days because of the large increase in opioid overdoses from people visiting, coming to a visitation or to a memorial service for a loved one. You know, they go in your restrooms. Who knows what will happen?
And the worry about opioids extends beyond just family and friends who may use the drugs.
Even on patients who have died from chronic cancer or cancer complications, often they will have a fentanyl patch, a transdermal patch on their chest or on their arm. And if we touch them with a bare hand, that obviously, if that patch may come in contact with my removal people, and they may get an accidental exposure to that strong analgesic, and you don't want that at all either.
That's because synthetic opioids such as fentanyl and carfentanil can be harmful if it's inhaled or comes in contact with skin and not treated quickly.
The staff that deals with the decedents have all been trained as far as using universal precautions.
And now Allen is looking into more specific safety measures for all of his employees.
I do have some concern for my staff. We've discussed the Narcan, and I've looked into that and the possibility of having that available for my staff in case one of them were to come into contact.
It's the new reality in the funeral industry, where even in the afterlife, there is just as much concern about the safety of the living as those who have passed on.
It is a different time, and I hope and pray that we get to the top of this crisis and then start making it better, because it's scary.
And just recently, the state of Michigan announced it's taking a huge stand on opioid abuse. It unveiled a website with all the latest stats and help if you or someone you know is struggling with opioid abuse. There's a link up on abc12.com.